Thank you to Create Academy for sponsoring this video.
I'm an interior design enthusiast. I wish that I had studied it in school sometimes, but that's okay. I'm making up for lost time now. Rita Konig is one of the people that I have noticed. I can't even remember how I first heard of her, and recently I got a chance to try out her Ultimate Guide to Interior Design, which is a course that she offers through Create Academy. I want to share a review of the course with you. If you do decide that you want to buy the course, there's a link down below. It's my affiliate link and you can click on it for 15% off. This really surprised me. I'd never thought of this before. She plans her furniture layout and then she specifies where she wants electrical outlets and spotlights and lamps and all of that after she knows where the furniture's going. Now, her jumping off point for this course is like if you were building a house from scratch and then having to decorate it on the inside after the build. That's something I'll probably never do, but I can adapt that advice to my own situation. Like my own situation is my house does not have enough electrical outlets. It's old and there's just not enough. There needs to be more. So when I went through that module, I thought, oh, okay, well, once I get the furniture really the way I want it, it's good to know and to think, yeah, like actually where you really want to have a table, that's a totally valid reason to say, and right down there, I want a plug, and I want the kind of plug that can work to have a laptop, and I want it at this particular point and not that particular point. And I had just never thought about electrics that way before. This is really a useful tip. So she goes into that order of operations, which is really interesting, budgeting, and just how to, it really doesn't matter what your budget is, you could still, like her advice would apply, because it's more about your mindset about your budget and just managing and what to prioritize. And then she has a great lesson about how to lay out a room like with a pen and paper, pencil and paper, and it's really, really interesting. Once that's all done, she takes you to a tile and stone store, which, gosh, I wish I'd had that lesson when we were picking out tile for our kitchen. It would have been a lot easier. Then finally, after that, she goes into how she puts colors together, paint types, paint sheens, what kind of paint to use where. One thing she's really known for is her eclectic fabric mixing. Like she mixes these patterns together that you would never think to mix, which is really English country style, but she does it in this way. She's really gifted, but she does go into like her process for that and kind of some of her secrets, which it's great. She has a 2-part lesson on kitchens, which is really interesting, just kind of her point of view about kitchen design. There's a lesson on bathrooms. There's rules of thumb for wood flooring and carpets and choosing rug sizes and sources for where she likes to get stuff. She's got tips for wallpaper, what kind to use, where to use. She goes into a lot of detail about if you're gonna get things reupholstered or recovered, and fillings down versus feather, which I never really realized feather down are two different things. Interesting. And I guess down is like the highest, but then you could get like a mix, you could get just feather. Of course, there's all the synthetics. She's got a lot of interesting recommendations about all of that I never ever would have thought of. A detailed lesson on bedrooms, a detailed lesson on in-between spaces like corridors and entrance halls. And then she also has in the guide, a companion guide, she has lists of her sources and suppliers that she likes, and a list of books, people that she has read for inspiration herself. So it's just this treasure trove of stuff. This is a course by a designer who designs for people with large budgets, who are she's often working with them on their second or their third home. And I got that straight from her own mouth when I listened to her interviewed on the Business of Home podcast recently, which I'll link to that below. It's a really fun episode. She's a lot of fun. She uses fabrics and paints and furniture that they're at from very aspirational places. Not anywhere that I could probably ever afford to shop. However, she makes a really big point in this course of continually pointing out that it is possible to have a well-designed and a comfortable and a beautiful home without spending at those price points. And she, even though she might be using Pierre Fray fabric, I can't even say it right, or Schumacher, she gets into, you know, you can still achieve a beautiful, comfortable home even if you're not buying this stuff that's here, and how to do that and just how to manage all of that. One thing I love is that she's always emphasizing table, lamp, chair. Like if you just have a table, a lamp, and a chair, like that's comfort. And then she goes into how like the truest luxury is being comfortable. So like you are comfortable when you are sitting in a comfortable chair and you've got a lamp so you could see, and then you've got a table so you have a place to put your drink. And that's luxury. And that can come at any, the table can have cost this, it could have cost this, but you can still set your drink on it, and that's really great. Some other cool takeaways from this course, she recommended using wood furniture in bathrooms, like see it like something that might have been sort of like a sort of dumpy, old-fashioned end table that your grandma might have had, but you put it in your bathroom and all of a sudden it looks kind of sweet and new and fun and eclectic. So kind of those kind of fun mixes, she is great at that. Another key takeaway that I really got from here was she gives a lot of her own rules of thumb. And I think that it's great that I have been able to, since I have been listening to this, take those rules of thumb and use them to find more of my, just like uncover more of my own personal style and taste. But like her rules of thumb have kind of helped guide it, kind of like bumpers when you're bowling. I guess that's how it felt like. I feel like she was just kind of guiding, but it's still very much my own personal taste. And then another really sweet thing, I know I will keep this with me forever, is she really encourages you to value your childhood memories as a jumping off point for your personal style and taste. So she, you know, and I when she said this, I thought, yeah, that's really true. There are some things from your childhood about the interiors that you were in that stuck with you, or maybe just something that you saw you liked at one point. And I thought, that's right. There was this little wood settee and chair that my parents had that had been my dad's parents, and it had been their parents, and I loved that little set so much, and that's always stuck with me. Another piece of advice she gave was to use Pinterest, and I would add Instagram. Find some designers that you really resonate with. Like in my case, it's her. I resonate with her designs. So every time I see something of hers, I'm like, oh yeah. But there's always people like that, and she recommends finding their work and then picking out like what exactly is it that you are liking and vibing off of. Like, is it the chair? Is it because they paint their window frames black, or like what is it? Like drill down and find out what it is, and then try to just take that and try to incorporate it into your own designs in your own way. Before you even go to design a room or pick stuff out, sit down and think and be really, really honest with yourself about what you need the room to do for you. Like, does it need to be a TV room? And you're like, what, like realistically, what are you going to be using it for? And be really, really honest with yourself. And then that is your guide for how you're going to design, because back to her, like, comfort is the true luxury. So you want to be as comfortable as you can in your house. And ever since I've taken this course, I have gone around my house changing little things just from the standpoint of comfort, and it has made such a huge difference. And the reason I know that is because of my husband. Because I'm not telling him what I'm doing, but he notices anyway, because he notices that all of a sudden, like, this little corner is way more convenient to use, or that little chair just looks so much better and is also now all of a sudden a great place to sit and read. And that is just such a rewarding experience, to change something and then have the people, your family who you love, enjoy the home comfort that you're creating. It comes down to the thoughtful use of your own imagination, combined with finding your personal style and taste and being really confident with it. This course can really advance you down that path to confidently using your own personal sense of style to design beautiful, comfortable spaces for you and your family. I've learned so much from this course, and it's improved my house already without spending a dime. Just me moving things around that I already own. It gave me a lot of confidence in my own design choices and taste, and I feel like it's improved my interiors and that I'm much further down the path of getting my house just the way I want it and just as comfortable as it can possibly be. Let me know in the comments what you think about luxury as truly being comfort, and let me know what you think about Rita Konig or her course if you've taken it. I hope you check it out if you haven't taken it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.